Thanks everybody for taking a little break. And I just want to apologize for not being able to kind of get us stabilized, but I think we're good. Marcus would like to say a few words. And then if we can all keep going forward a path of success and togetherness, even though we're divided on some things, then we will stay. If we can't, it's totally fine, we'll go, okay? So,
hold on, guys.
well,
I'm
everyone
gonna say
can
this
make
really
their own
quick.
decisions. Go ahead.
I'm a dad, and I'm an educator, and I'm so many things. But today, and you can look for it all you want, someone went on Facebook or in other social medias and said something about my family today. And I'm gonna tell you something right now, that's the one thing that's near and dear to my heart. When you go after my daughter, yes, somebody said something about my daughter today. She's a beautiful young lady, and you do not mess with that young lady. So you could be upset, I understand, but you do not say something about my family. Are we clear? No, I've seen it.
He's just saying in general, someone said something.
Please, someone says something derogatory about my daughter today, and I really do not understand. So, thank you. So, that being said, we're gonna continue, but please do me a big favor, and I will do the same thing, and I will have thick skin, but here's the thing, please, do not say anything about my family.
Nobody did.
Hey, you guys, thank you, Marcus. Thank you. And let's just be clear, you guys, let's be clear that when we all come into an environment of any kind to work with family, we bring things with us that are impactful. And so I would just like to honor that and thank everyone for still being here. If you don't want to stay, I understand. We are going to stay. And I know that we're going to get through this together, and I'm going to call up our second speaker. All right, we're doing it. All right, Kathy Denfeld.
Hi, my name is Kathy Denfeld, and I'm a former student from way back when of the Ben Lafayette School District, and I now have the privilege of having four of my own children who are currently enrolled at the Bend International School and Realms High School. Before the governor's announcement today, my intention was to come here and to discuss the mitigation efforts for the upcoming school year. I had wanted to acknowledge the great diversity of opinion around how best to keep our children healthy and safe in the upcoming school year, and to validate the very difficult role that the school board and all the school employees have had throughout the pandemic. I appreciate your desire to keep as many families in school as possible, and I know that listening to us while weighing the newest information by the about public health and best practices is a balancing act. As it was said in the last school board meeting, this is outside of your guys' area of expertise, and you guys have a moral obligation to consult with people who are experts in the field. I thank you for naming that. And as I close, I just want to take the opportunity to congratulate and welcome the newest school member board, the newest members of the school board. And thank you for making yourself available after getting the feedback that you got, as well as through the campaign. I really appreciated that as well.
Thank you. All right, Jennifer Jennings and then Douglas Merrill. Jennifer.
Hi, I'm a parent, Jennifer Jennings. I'm also sharing this with another parent who could not be here, Huan Tran. We're going to talk about masks, how our families have done everything we can as responsible community members to protect our families and protect our community. And with our youngest still not being able to be vaccinated, we encourage the district to please follow the governor's suggestions. We are also asking the district to commit to true ethnic studies. I went from kindergarten to high school in this district. It wasn't until my 30s that I actually learned true history about African American history, Indigenous history, Latinx history, and our Asian American history. Our children today need to learn that. We must also commit to teaching our children about race, racism, and how to be anti-racist. With any human growth, there has to be levels of uncomfortableness and pressure. This is when we know we are on the right path. If we are to model our kids on growth mindset, we must too practice a growth mindset. It's not easy, but that's how we improve as a human race. Again, I want to thank our school board and our school district last spring, how you guys got our kids back in school, although I did not send my kids. But you proved that kids can be resilient and they can wear masks and they can do this. And please know that bullying is not okay. And people who bully are the same people who are bullying our children because their children are bullying. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna make a sign offer. If anybody has signs that they want me to put up here, I will gladly put your signs up. That would be helpful, feel free. You wanna put, I'll take it, yep. Okay, while we're doing that, is Doug here? Douglas Merrill. Thanks. Hey there. Thank you. Which side, that one? Okay, cool. Hi there.
Hey.
Thanks, Scott. Goes on that side. We love it. You can give them to Deputy Superintendent Norquist, please. If anybody else, as you're speaking, if you want to email your comments or your chicken scratches or fully fleshed out content, you can send that to us. Let me just know. I'll let you know where to send it. Go ahead.
Thank you. Good evening. Thanks for letting me speak. I'm here personally because I want to be, but also I am the Chief Medical Officer for Bend and Redmond hospitals, and I'm representing and speaking on behalf of St. Charles. I will start with saying I'm very glad that Governor Brown has made the decision for you, I think, because I know you already deal with a lot of difficult situations. I did want to let you know that St. Charles leaders and our providers strongly support the decision to mask children who have not been vaccinated. Here's why. The Delta variant of COVID-19 is increasing in our communities. Over the past several weeks, the state of Oregon has increased from 5% to now 50% of this more transmissible variant of the virus. If you remember nothing else I say tonight, please remember this. Patients infected with the Delta variant have 1,000% more virus particles in them than did patients who had the original virus. It is very, very infectious. Our current vaccination rate in Deschutes County is not high enough to provide herd immunity against the Delta variant or any variant. It spreads too easily now, and we are seeing a new spike in cases. The patients are younger on average than they were a few months ago. This variant is tough on all ages. The 4 hospitals at St. Charles have become emergency-only hospitals in the past several months. The patients of our community now cannot get elective surgery because we have no beds. When I say that, you might think of elective surgery as no big deal, but that includes heart surgery. You can't have it right now.
You sure?
This is a public health emergency. The decision to wear a mask by all of us will make a very big difference in how bad this pandemic will be in our community and how long it will last. Thank you.
Thank you. You guys are trying not to clap, remember. Thank you very much for that. It's helpful. All right. Nicole Moore Perullo. Nicole, are you here? Okay. Scott Stewart and then John Hafner. Scott.
Julianne.
Did you bring toilet paper? Okay. Right. You got 2 minutes. I'll hold your props. All right. You just let me know how you want your props. All right. We'll play along. All right. We're starting it, John. What? All right.
This is for you. evidence, Your Honor?
I don't think we're good. This is probably not going to go well for me. All right. All right, Scott, bring it on. You got 2 minutes.
Let me put my glasses on.
Just Scott, you were on deck.
Okay,
Okay, thanks, Scott.
all right. So all of you have taken the oath of office to support the Oregon and U.S. Constitution. These are the highest laws of the land. There is no pandemic clause in the Constitution. The 14th Amendment of the Constitution, no state shall make or enforce any law to deprive anyone of life, liberty, or property. Article 1, Section 20 of the Oregon Constitution, no law shall be passed granting to any citizen or class of citizens privileges or immunities which upon the same term shall not equally belong to all citizens. Masked versus unmasked, vaxxed versus non-vaxxed. Article 1, Section 22, the operation of the laws shall never be suspended except by the authority of the Legislative Assembly. Can you as a board show that legislative authority? Can anybody? All right, she's been going on and on, unlimited, infinite timelines, and every emergency power has a 2-month timeline. Why are we still wearing masks, and why is this vax thing going on? All right, statute 659A or 659-850, discrimination in education prohibited based on religious conscience and medical disabilities. ORS 339-288 prohibits the use of certain restraints, specifically any restraint that impedes or creates a risk of impeding breathing. ORS 163.275. A person commits the crime of coercion, pay attention, board, when the person compels or induces another person to engage in conduct from which the other person has a legal right to abstain.
30.
And they do so by means of instilling fear. And it's unfortunate I have to skip this because I used to insure a lot of school districts. And I got those school districts because they trusted me to handle their risk, to know contract law, to know state law. Okay? Insurance contracts are unilateral contracts. The state of Oregon protects school boards for negligence. It does not for gross negligence. Gross negligence is defined as board decisions or indecisions that knowingly may cause physical and or financial injury to third parties. Your only protection is via directors and officers liability insurance.
Perfect.
Since the state of Oregon holds school boards, I got one sentence left.
Okay, finish it, and then we'll give me this.
Since the state of Oregon holds school boards jointly and severally liable, as well as their personal assets, I encourage you to either increase your current liability limits or honor your oath of office and protect these stakeholders' constitutional liberties.
Thank you. All right, you guys, that's enough. Thank you for the applause. Thank you. John Hafner, you want to step closer? Because you're a little taller than the mic. There you go.
Hi, I'm John Hafner. My daughter right here goes to Pacific Crest Middle School. Today was a sad day as I learned more families are leaving the district or the state. Once again, our kids' education and well-being are on the chopping block as masks are now back in fashion according to our overlords. And if history is an indicator, you will blindly follow your excuse. The CDC, OEA, ODE, and EA said so. A recent quote from the respected Senator Ted Cruz, and I quote, "A year and a half ago, the CDC was one of the most respected scientific organizations in the world, and they allowed themselves to be politicized with High Priest Dr. Fauci at the helm, and right now their credibility is in tatters." But here in Oregon, who are the people pulling the strings in Salem? Big Pharma and unions are the two biggest lobbies. Here's some other numbers. In the first 3 months of this year, Pfizer sold $3.5 billion worth of vaccines at a 20% profit. And folks, they still have more profits to make, and masks are a daily reminder you need to be afraid. I think it's critical for you to recognize we are not ignorant parents. Most of us have dedicated hundreds of hours learning the hell out of this issue. We are the ones using true science rather than just opinions. It is the height of arrogance to think we are uninformed parents simply because we are not immunologists. If you choose to side with politically biased experts, you will be facing a multi-pronged attack involving litigation, civil disobedience, loud protests, and more. You've already forced 1,000 families to leave the district. Do you want to lose another 1,000? If you give a damn about families, you will not only hear us, but represent us. Keep masks off our kids, because my daughter's not wearing one. She already wore one last year, running cross country using your best science. You've had enough. No more masks.
you want me to put that up here? Thanks. Thanks. All right. Thank you, John. Allison, and then Eddie or Edie. Allison Utterback. Allison, are you coming up? No? Okay. I'd like to introduce our second amazing ASL interpreter. What's your name? This is Erin. All right, thanks. All right, Erin Craig. No, I see people sitting up so straight. Is that just to look around? Because I think you're going to stand. Yeah. Do we miss you? Are you Lindsay Lyon? Would you like to go now? All right. All right, Lindsay Lyon. Sorry about that. We skipped 5, sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My name is Lindsay Lyon, and I'm a teacher and a parent of 2 kids in the district. I have 16 years of teaching experience. Last year I taught at Skyline High School. I loved it. I loved my parents, my students, the community. I did not love teaching online. In August 2020, I started communicating. I started writing emails. I started calling about my desire to do my job, which was teaching in person. We started in September. It didn't work out that well. I was confused about why I had to advocate for this, but I carried on. And the answers I got from the board, from the superintendent, were all the same. It's not us, it's the metrics, it's Kate Brown. My message initially tonight was going to use that example to address the leeway that we had prior to today to be pro-choice when it comes to masking our kids. I thought we could be in a position as a district to make our own guidelines, which would be inclusive of diverse perspectives. We've heard various perspectives on this issue tonight, based on trusting parents as the experts that we are regarding our kids and their health. Now, in light of Kate Brown's newest directives, here we are again. It's a big one, it's not going away. So what now? Well, you're holding this session, and I applaud you for that, and I appreciate you listening to us as parents. It's a good thing. Many of us have not felt heard. Yesterday, I got to meet with Melissa, got to know her a bit. We brainstormed some possible solutions. There were maybe we could come together on this